Good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here today. I'm excited to present to you our latest work on out-of-trend, or OOT, results. Today's presentation is titled, A Structured Approach to Detection, Investigation, and Trending. Over the next few slides, we will explore how this structured methodology can enhance our ability to detect and analyze trends effectively. So let's get started and dive into the details. Let's look at slide 2. This slide is applicable to stability, quality control, in-process, and environmental data. It's important to note that our approach is based on guidance from regulatory authorities like the FDA, EMA, WHO, MHRA, and PICS. These organizations provide a solid framework for how we should handle data monitoring and analysis. Our main focus is on early detection of any issues, followed by proper evaluation, decision-making, and implementing corrective and preventive actions, or CAPA. Trending plays a crucial role here, as it helps us identify patterns over time. Now, let's talk about the definition and scope of OOT, which stands for out of trend. An OOT result is one that technically falls within the specified limits, but doesn't follow the expected pattern based on our historical data, stability studies, or overall process performance. This means that even if the result looks acceptable on paper, if it deviates from what we usually see, it warrants further investigation. Recognizing these OOT results early is key to maintaining product quality and ensuring compliance. When we see a result that's within specification, but doesn't follow the expected trend or pattern over time, it's a signal we need to pay attention to. This kind of result can indicate potential shifts, drifts, or abnormal changes in product quality, stability, or how the process is performing. Essentially, it's an early warning sign that something might be changing in a way that could lead to issues down the line. We often track these kinds of results during stability studies, but they are also important in quality control, in process controls, microbiology, and environmental data. An out-of-trend, or OOT result, is any data point that deviates significantly from the established trend seen in previous batches or measurements over time. It might show an abnormal shift or drift, or unexpected variation, even if it still falls within the acceptance criteria. The key point here is that OOT results serve as early signals, alerts that something might be amiss before it actually causes an out-of-specification, or OOS, condition. By catching these early, we can investigate and address potential quality issues before they become serious problems. So, in summary, understanding and monitoring OOT results helps us maintain product quality and process stability, acting as a proactive measure to prevent future failures or out-of-spec conditions. Let's take a look at the regulatory landscape when it comes to out-of-trend, or OOT, programs. Starting with the FDA, they emphasize several key areas: stability guidance, data integrity expectations, and guidance on out-of-specification, or OOS, results. These elements are crucial for maintaining quality and compliance throughout the product lifecycle. Moving over to the EMA and EU GMP, they have specific annexes to guide us. Annex 11 focuses on data integrity, making sure our data is complete, consistent, and accurate. Annex 15 covers qualification processes, ensuring our facilities, systems, and equipment are properly qualified. They also provide stability guidelines to support our understanding of product shelf life and storage conditions. Then there's ICH, which provides comprehensive guidelines that many regulators worldwide follow. For stability, we look at Q1A R2 through Q1E for specifications. Q6A and Q6B are key. Risk management is addressed in Q9, emphasizing proactive approaches to quality, and Q10 outlines the Pharmaceutical Quality System, or PQS, which integrates these elements into a cohesive framework. The WHO and PICS also contribute important considerations, particularly around trending and stability evaluation requirements. They stress the importance of monitoring trends and evaluating stability data regularly to ensure ongoing product quality. Putting it all together, the main takeaway is that regulators expect us to have a formal, statistically justified OOT program. This program should be seamlessly integrated within our overall quality system, ensuring that any product variability is identified, investigated, and addressed in a structured and compliant manner. This holistic approach is essential for maintaining trust and meeting global regulatory expectations. Let's take a closer look at the different types of out-of-trend, or OOT, you might encounter. First, we have the outlier OOT, which refers to an extreme value that stands out compared to other data points at the same time. This could indicate an anomaly or an issue that needs further investigation. Next is the shift OOT, characterized by a sudden and sustained increase or decrease from the usual pattern, suggesting a possible change in the process or environment. Then there's drift OOT, which involves a gradual movement towards the upper or lower specification limits over time, often signaling a slow shift in process stability. We also have interlot OOT, which points to differences between different lots at the same time points, highlighting variability across batches. Intralot OOT refers to abnormal variation within a specific batch or lot, indicating inconsistency in production. Lastly, microbial OOT is about unexpected rises or drops in microbial counts during monitoring periods, which can impact product safety and quality. Understanding these various OOT types helps us interpret results accurately and ensures we maintain control over our processes. Let's talk about why OOT trending is so critical in our quality management process. First, it helps us detect stability failures before they turn into out-of-specification issues, giving us a chance to act early. By identifying degradation trends early, we can prevent bigger problems down the line. It also allows us to assess variability in our methods, processes, or equipment, ensuring everything stays within acceptable limits. Understanding batch-to-batch consistency is another key benefit, as it supports maintaining uniform quality across production runs. Additionally, OOT trending is essential for investigating OOS results, deviations, and customer complaints, helping us pinpoint root causes more effectively. This practice is actually a requirement under quality risk management, specifically ICH Q9, emphasizing its importance in our regulatory compliance. Moreover, it enhances our ability to continually improve and refine our control strategies, aligning with ICH Q10 guidelines. Overall, monitoring OOT is a vital part of maintaining product quality, ensuring safety, and supporting ongoing process improvements, making it a cornerstone of our quality system. Let's talk about what data is needed for out-of-trend, or OOT, evaluation. First, you need sufficient historical data to establish clear trend profiles. This helps us understand normal patterns over time. Next, defining control limits is crucial. These are the alert and action thresholds that tell us when something might be off. Consistent analytical methods and instruments are also essential to ensure data comparability and reliability. We also need comprehensive stability data to verify that processes are stable before making any conclusions. Using appropriate statistical tools, such as regression analysis, control charts, or variance analysis, allows us to interpret the data accurately. Validated LIMS or electronic trending tools streamline data collection and analysis, making the process more efficient. And of course, proper documentation of all raw data is vital for traceability and audit purposes. Overall, these data requirements form the foundation for effective OOT analysis, helping us detect true trends and maintain quality standards. It's all about having reliable, consistent data to support our decision-making and ensure product quality. Now, let's talk about regression analysis as a tool to identify abnormal slope changes in our data. This method helps us detect shifts or trends that deviate from expected behavior. To support this, we often use control charts such as Schuhart, CUSUM, and moving average charts. These are powerful visual tools that help us monitor process stability over time. We also consider prediction interval limits, which give us a range within which we expect future data points to fall, considering variability. Comparing trends between current batches and historical data is essential, as it helps us spot deviations or emerging patterns that could indicate issues. Variance and capability analysis are crucial for understanding the consistency and performance of our processes. They allow us to quantify variability and determine if our process meets specifications. When it comes to outlier detection, we rely on statistical tests like Grubb's test, t-test, and Dixon's q-test, where applicable. These tests help us identify data points that are significantly different from the rest, which could be indicative of anomalies. It's important to remember that all these statistical tests must be validated and scientifically justified. This ensures that our conclusions are robust, credible, and based on sound methodology. Overall, these OOT detection methods form a comprehensive approach to maintaining process control and quality, enabling us to catch deviations early and ensure consistent product quality. Let's begin by emphasizing the importance of checking sample integrity, storage, and handling. Ensuring that samples are properly stored and handled is crucial for maintaining their validity and preventing any contamination or degradation that could impact our results. Next, we review the method execution and ensure adherence to the SOPs. This step helps us confirm that the procedures were followed correctly and consistently. We then evaluate the instrument conditions, making sure calibration is up to date and that the sample storage temperature, SSD, is appropriate. Proper instrument condition is vital for reliable data. Reviewing raw data and chromatograms is our next step. This allows us to spot any anomalies or inconsistencies that might explain the issue. Checking the validity of standards and reagents is also key, as expired or compromised materials can lead to inaccurate results. Confirming calculations and units ensures there are no errors in data interpretation. Lastly, we assess whether any analyst error or method abnormality exists. This helps us identify if the problem stems from human error or a procedural flaw. The outcome of this review determines our next steps. If we find an assignable cause, we implement corrective actions and evaluate whether a retest is necessary. If no cause is found, we move into phase II of the investigation, which involves a deeper analysis. This initial phase is critical in understanding the root of the issue and guiding our corrective measures. Now, let's move on to reviewing the batch manufacturing and packaging records. It's crucial to thoroughly examine these documents to ensure all processes were followed correctly and consistently. Next, we evaluate the historical trends from previous stability lots. Looking at past data helps us identify patterns or deviations that might indicate potential issues. We also need to assess the degradation pathways. Understanding how the product breaks down over time allows us to anticipate and mitigate possible stability concerns. Checking environmental and storage conditions is equally important, as factors like temperature and humidity can significantly affect product quality. Reviewing in-process and release test trends provides insight into how the product performed during manufacturing and whether it meets quality standards. When dealing with temperature-sensitive products, evaluating distribution data becomes essential to ensure the product remained within acceptable conditions during transit. All these steps feed into conducting a comprehensive risk assessment. This helps us understand the potential impact on product quality and guides our decision-making. Additionally, we must determine how these findings might influence ongoing stability studies and regulatory filings. Finally, we arrive at the out-of-trend investigation, or OOT, Phase 2, which involves a full evaluation. This is a critical step to thoroughly investigate any anomalies, understand their root causes, and decide on appropriate corrective actions. This entire process is key to maintaining the integrity of our products and ensuring patient safety. Let's discuss what constitutes a true OOT, or out-of-trend result. A true OOT is one that's supported by solid scientific evidence, indicating that the abnormal result is genuine and not just a random variation. This situation may lead us to take critical actions, such as rejecting a batch, addressing a stability failure, or updating regulatory filings to reflect the new data. On the other hand, if we identify a result that is not a true OOT, It's essential to have a scientifically justified explanation for the observed trend deviation. This explanation must be thoroughly documented and approved by QA to ensure compliance and traceability. In such cases, we also need to evaluate the potential future risks associated with the out-of-trend result. If there's any indication that the issue could impact product quality or regulatory compliance down the line, immediate containment actions should be implemented to mitigate those risks. Additionally, depending on the situation, we might need to discuss potential reporting requirements, such as field alert reports or variation filings, especially if the deviation could affect product safety, efficacy, or regulatory status. Ultimately, this process involves careful decision-making and impact assessment, ensuring we maintain product quality and compliance while addressing any deviations responsibly. Welcome to Slide 12, where we explore the OOT investigation workflow. Now, this workflow is really the backbone of how we approach investigations systematically and efficiently. First, it all begins with identifying the issue or anomaly that needs further analysis. Once we spot something suspicious, we move into the collection phase, gathering all relevant data and evidence securely. Next, we analyze the data, looking for patterns, anomalies, or signs that can explain what happened. This step is crucial because it helps us understand the root cause of the issue. After that, we document our findings thoroughly, ensuring everything is clear and traceable for future reference or reporting. Finally, we move into the resolution and prevention stages, where we implement corrective actions to fix the problem and prevent similar issues from occurring again. Throughout this workflow, the key is to stay organized, follow a logical sequence, and maintain thorough documentation. Connecting this to the overall theme, a structured investigation process like this ensures accuracy, efficiency, and accountability, which are essential for effective OOT management. It's all about building a reliable process that supports continuous improvement and safeguards our systems. Now, let's discuss the key steps to implementing an effective CAPA process. First, we need to revise our methods regularly to ensure they remain effective and aligned with current standards. Equipment maintenance is also critical. It helps prevent issues before they occur and keeps our processes running smoothly. Process optimization is another vital aspect. Continually refining our procedures helps improve product quality and efficiency. Training analysts is essential so they understand both the procedures and the importance of CAPA. Once we implement these actions, we must verify their effectiveness to confirm that the issues have been truly resolved. Updating the Product Quality Review, or PQR and APQR, plays a key role here, as it provides a comprehensive overview of product quality and helps identify areas for improvement. When an out-of-trend, or OOT, result occurs, we need to prepare a thorough investigation report. This report should include a clear problem statement, a summary of the data, and statistical evaluations to understand the significance of the findings. Conducting a root cause analysis is crucial to identify the underlying issues, and performing a risk assessment helps us prioritize actions. Additionally, trend OOT data by method, parameter, batch, or equipment to recognize patterns over time. All these steps, documentation, trending, and implementing CAPA, are interconnected, forming a continuous cycle of improvement that ultimately enhances our product quality and compliance. Let's talk about OOT, or out of trend. It's actually a crucial early warning signal indicating potential quality variations in our processes. Recognizing these signals early allows us to address issues before they escalate. But to do that effectively, we need to detect OOT using robust statistical tools, methods that are reliable and scientifically sound. When OOT is identified, investigations must be conducted in a timely manner. It's important that these investigations are thoroughly documented and grounded in scientific justification to ensure accuracy and accountability. Trending OOT over time is also essential, especially for maintaining compliance with regulations like ICH Q1, Q9, and Q10. These guidelines emphasize the importance of proactive monitoring rather than reactive responses. Having a strong OOT program in place helps us prevent out-of-specification, or OOS, results. It reduces risks, and ultimately, it enhances the reliability of our products. Regulators now expect us to be proactive, meaning we should be continuously trending and analyzing data, not just investigating problems after they occur. In summary, a solid OOT program is a cornerstone of quality assurance. It requires consistent trending, scientifically justified investigations, and a proactive approach to managing quality variations. Embracing these best practices helps us stay compliant, reduce risks, and ensure the highest product quality for our customers. For further support, please don't hesitate to reach out. We're here to help you with any questions or additional information you might need. Feel free to contact us through the provided channels. Thank you so much for your time and attention today. We appreciate your engagement and look forward to assisting you further.